Hi, I'm Paul. We're doing Leetcode Must Know interview questions. And today's challenge is best time to buy and sell stock 4. We've done all 4 of these now. This one is, well, the first one was easy, then medium, then hard. This is another hard. This is a little bit harder than number 3. Well, we'll see why here in a second. The challenge is you are given an integer array, prices, where prices at index I is the price of a given stock on the ith day, and an integer, k. K is the maximum number of transactions that you can complete. Okay? Find the maximum profit that you can achieve. You may complete at most k transactions. A transaction is a buy and a sell. A buy is not a transaction. A sell is not a transaction, but a buy and a sell is a transaction. You may buy at most k times and sell at most k times. You may not engage in multiple transactions simultaneously, i.e., you must sell the stock before you buy again. That means that you can only hold one share of the stock at a time. It's very much like the buy and sell stock 3, except that with 3, we had a maximum of 2 transactions. Now this one, it's a maximum of k transactions. Now, if you're going to do this as a dynamic programming problem, I mean, potentially you can add the number of transactions as another dimension of the table. Now you have a 3D dynamic programming problem. We're not going to do it that way. In fact, we're going to do it with 2 one-dimensional arrays because I think it's easier to understand that way. I mean, essentially it's a 2D array, but we're going to implement it as 2 1D arrays. So, what else do I want to say about this? All right. So let's think about the solution. Every day, actually, let's look at an example or 2 here. Yeah, so each price represents a day. This one is a little bit more interesting. K is 2, at most 2 transactions. So you could buy on day 2 at a price of 2, sell on day 3, price of 6, and a profit of 4. You could buy again on day 5 at 0, sell on day 6 for a profit of 3, total profit 7. All right, every day you have the option to do 3 things. Well, two things really, but let's put it this way. You have the option to do nothing, or buy a stock, or sell a stock. But the option to buy a stock or sell a stock is dependent on whether or not you're actually holding a stock. So if you are holding a stock, there are 2 things you can do. You can sell it, or you can keep holding it. If you're not holding a stock, you can either buy it or do nothing. So our state at any given time is defined by 3 parameters. The current day, well, maybe it's more accurate to say the current price, the number of transactions that we have left, and whether or not we're holding a stock. All right, I was thinking a lot about whether to do a walkthrough of this first, kind of sketch it out, or do the code first and then sketch it out. Is this, okay, no, that looks fine. The implementation is not that difficult, and I think it's easier to understand the walkthrough if you can see at least part of the code. So Here's what we got. We've got the integer coming in, k, that's our maximum number of transactions. We have the prices coming in. We're going to initialize a couple of arrays, a cell array and a hold array. The cell array is, you know what, I'm gonna come back and explain those. Well, no, let me do it now. The cell array represents our position or our profit after selling a stock, and the hold array represents our position, our balance. We're not, well, you know, it's a little confusing. The hold array it's like our holdings. We're not holding a stock, but it is our holdings in units, money, if you want to think of it that way. And so we are able to buy a stock from the hold array. Okay, now let's walk through this. I think I've got enough room here. I'm going to do some drawing and then come back. Okay, so we have a cell array, we have a hold array. Now, after initializing these, and the size of these arrays is k plus 1, because we have a 0 line here, which represents, you know, I'm not sure we have to initialize the hold that way, but anyway, this is where we're at after we've initialized it based on day one, because what we can do on day one is either do nothing, or we can buy the stock on day one. If we buy the stock on day one, that puts our holdings at -3, because 3 is the price on day one. And we'll propagate that through the rest of the array. All right, we're going to iterate through the prices one day at a time. We are going to do a maximum of k transactions per day. We're going to update, sell, and hold. It sort of looks like we're doing this backwards. We're going from k to 0. We are kind of doing it backwards. It doesn't matter as long as we limit ourselves to k transactions per day, but there is one case, and that is on this line right here, where we're looking at cell I -1. We're looking backwards, and if we're iterating forwards through the arrays, we can't look backwards. If we iterate up from the bottom, then we can look backwards. We could iterate from, you know, like top down, but then we would kind of have to look forward. Is that right? Yeah. So I think it's easier this way. So let's go through this. We're going to start with day 2, because we've already initialized it based on day 1. We can either do nothing and be at 0, or we can buy the stock on day 1 and be at -3. Okay, we go to day 2. We have a 2 here. Now, we're going to update the profit in the case that we sell the stock today, which would be the maximum of, actually, we're starting on index 1. No, we're starting on index K. Okay. Which is the max of what we already have in cell, or hold plus price. Price is 2. Hold plus price is -1. Does that improve the cell? It doesn't. I mean, what we're saying there is we buy it at 3 and sell it at 2. That doesn't help us. All right, let's update the hold. This is in the case that we buy the stock today. We really can't buy the stock today in this case, but that would be our previous balance, our balance from the previous day minus the price, which is 3. It gives us, I'm sorry, minus the price of 2, yes, which gives us negative 2. All right, let me update that. All right, so that represents buying the stock at 2. It's better than buying it at 3. This is going to be the same thing. We can't help ourselves by selling it, but we could help ourselves by buying it. So instead of buying at 3, let's say we bought it at 2. Okay. Go to the next day. 6. All right, start here. Update the cell with either what's in there now or our hold position plus the price, which is negative 2 plus 6, and that's better than 0. So let's update that. What that represents is we bought the stock at 2, we sold it at 6, and now we've got 4. Update the hold, that is the max of what's currently in the hold, or the previous balance minus the price. The price is 6. So that's like, should we buy it at 2 or buy it at 6? Well, we should buy it at 2. All right, we'll go up to the next one here. Update the cell, max of what we already have, or hold plus the price. Well, again, it's the same thing. It is negative 2 plus 6, and we are at 4. And we cannot update our, improve our hold position by buying at 6. So we're not going to do that. We go to the next number, 5. Update the cell. The cell is either the max of what we have now or hold plus the price, negative 2 plus 5. That is 3. That doesn't help us. That doesn't improve the cell. So what we're talking about now is, should we buy it at 2 and sell it at 6, or should we buy it at 2 and sell it at 5? It's better to sell it at 6. Let's update the hold. The hold is the max of whatever is already in the hold or our previous balance 4 minus the price, which is 5. And that is better. So let's update that. Because if we had 4 and we bought at 5, then we are at negative 1 here. All right, up to the next one. Sell. We want either the max of what is already there or hold plus price 5. So we can't improve the sell. What about the hold? The hold is either what we have now or the previous position minus the price. That means we waited until now, we haven't done anything, and we're going to buy it at 5. That doesn't help us at all. All right. 0 is the next price. So we come in here, update the cell. The cell is updated to what we have now or hold plus price 4 plus 0. Oh, no. Whoa. Sell or hold plus price. Yes. Okay. No. So we will leave it at 4. Update the hold. hold is the max of hold or sell our previous balance minus the price. And the price is 0. So 4 minus 0, that does improve our situation. So instead of -1 here, we now have 4. Okay. We'll go up here and update the cell. It is the max of the current cell or hold plus price. Hold plus price is -2, so that doesn't help us. Update the hold. Hold is the max of -2 or this minus the price. And actually, that does help us. It's 0 minus 0. So what that represents is, let's see, we didn't do anything here until we get to this share where we can get it at 0. All right. And finally, we will go here. 3. Update the cell. The cell is the max of what we have now or hold plus price. 4 plus 3. That's better than 4. All right, let's take that out. And we now have 7. This is actually going to be the answer here. You can see cell at K, which is 2. So we don't really have to go through and fill out the rest of it, but that is the final answer. Anything else I wanted to say about this? No. Yeah, actually, I do want to recap it one more time because I think it was pretty clear how we got the first 4 here when we bought at 2 and sold at 6. Now, when the price went to 0, this right here, the sell at I minus 1, which is our previous balance, basically our profit, minus the price of 0, that's what gave us the chance to move the 4 over here. So now the 4 is in the hold. And so because we were able to buy it at 0, when the 3 came along, we were able to sell it again and make an additional 3 units. So the 4 went to 7, and that is the final answer. Now that I've gone through all this, I realize I haven't even run it to see if it works. So let's try that. All right, that's good. And submit. Okay. All right, good. So that's it. I think that was one of the harder problems, in the whole 150. Although when you look at the implementation, it looks pretty easy. But kind of it's just figuring out how to set it up. Again, if you go to if you go to a coding interview, somebody gives you a difficult question. There are a lot of programming problems that the majority of the time that you spend is just figuring out a good approach to it. So, I mean, let me Yeah, let me leave you with that. If you get something and you find you're spending a lot of time just coming up with a good approach to the problem, that's normal. You know, the implementation is often the easiest part. So, okay, um, that is it for buying and selling stocks. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.